from the 31 on first down. Newton fires downfield to the end zone. Touchdown, Kelvin Benjamin. 31 yards, third touchdown pass of the day for Cam Newton.
What's up, everybody? It's CPG. It's Hate Week with the Philadelphia Eagles, and we're both 4-1, and it couldn't happen against a more comical, sad squad here on YouTube. Yeah, there's plenty of them, but you know, when it comes to the Eagles fan base on YouTube, especially in the TTC, they prefer quantity over quality. They don't have many quality video makers, but they have a shit ton of video makers. And as you can see, their fan base is kind of just all over the fucking place. You have EDP, aka Eat That Pussy 445. You should have covered your kids' ears when you heard me say EDP if you didn't want me to say pussy in front of them. But you have EDP 445, who is the unofficial leader of the Eagles fans on YouTube. And that is beyond sad. I know he's not TTC per se, but he's an Eagles fan nonetheless. And this man finds ways to bash his team even when they're successful. And I have never seen that from any fan ever other than him. They will be winning, and Carson Wentz was going off last week, and I saw this guy on Twitter bitching and moaning about everything. I'm like, what? I don't get it. I don't get it, Eagles fans. Is that what y'all do? Y'all just bitch and moan about everything? Is that really how low your fan base is? I know Giants fans and Cowboys fans like to say, you fucking attack Santa Claus. I'm not gonna go there with you, but I mean, come on, guys. If you're just so unhappy as a fan of a team that you have to find some way out of thin air to bash your team when your team is successful, then one, you're a shit fan. Two, you probably shouldn't even be a fan of that team if that's all you want to do. So, moving on here, you got, and I'm going to throw this clip in here for you to see it and not just hear it from my mouth. I'm going to show you the proof. You have E-Rock, aka the mighty E-Rock. You guys know him. Eagles fan. If you've ever watched Philadelphia, EDP, Nitro Freak, all those guys, you've heard of E-Rock by now. He's got a YouTube channel and all this shit. He does a podcast that I think called Fourth and John. Anyways, this man, following this past week's controversy with Cam saying female and it being considered sexist because, you know, that everybody's just offended about everything now. And I'm not saying he was right, I'm not saying he was wrong, but everybody gets offended over everything now. So, following the controversy of all of that shit, guess what an Eagles fan does right before this past Sunday when they played their game and we played our game? He tweets a little girl, I don't know if it's his daughter, niece, what have you. He tweets a video of this little girl calling out Cam and saying, holding up pictures, which obviously weren't drawn by her, of her holding types of routes receivers run in football, like fly routes, out routes, comeback routes, curls, etc. And this was obviously an attempt by E-Rock to go viral off of the controversy that Cam brought up. And I think that is fucking pathetic, and I think that is a microcosm of the Eagles fan base. They hate their fucking team and themselves so fucking much that they grasp onto anything to make themselves feel better or to boost their own popularity because they know their team is not going to do anything. So, with that being said, let me go back to something Eagles Speed said in his video. He said, "The Panther corners are among the worst we'll face all season. Captain Munnerlyn is their #1.
You guys had someone like this in your fan base trying to pump up your team up, you'd be licking the whipped cream off of their dick too, with sprinkling a little cherry on there too. So,
Eagle Speed, this is where I know that you haven't studied us at all. You haven't prepared for your video whatsoever, because Captain Munnerlyn is not our #1 corner. Captain Munnerlyn is our nickelback. Our #1 and 2 are James Bradbury and Daryl Worley. Captain Munnerlyn is solely here to play nickel. He is not our #1 or our #2. That's how I know that you didn't really check into the Panthers of 2017. You just assumed shit, and look where assuming got you. You instead of preparing for your video, which I know my video is late like yours was, because, you know, unless you're fucking EDP, you're fucking busy. He's got plenty of time, obviously, to upload videos of him bitching about everyday things that normal people have to deal with anyway. So, I can tell you didn't prepare. Otherwise, you would have known that and not got on camera and made yourself look stupid. But I guess you'd rather be chugging all that fucking soda, which you obviously don't need any more of. And last but not least, we have Desert Eagle, who I checked out a little bit of your video. Didn't watch the entirety of it because I got the gist of where your video was going. Because I know most people in the TTC, excuse me, I know most people in the TTC, whenever they're making a point in their video, and I skip ahead in it, of like maybe 30 seconds, and then I skip ahead a minute or a minute and a half, and you're still talking about that, I get where your video is going. You're not looking to build upon points, you're not looking to make several arguments or statements. You're just gonna reiterate what you've already said several times and try to come up with maybe a few one-liners to throw in there to make it sound good, and hope that people watch it and go, "Good vid, bro! That was awesome! Go kick their asses!" So that was the gist of what I got from your video, because all you talked about was our fan base is dead on YouTube because
if this guy is the only Panthers fan that can really stand up and, how do you say, make hate weeks unlike the rest of you Panthers fans, then this Panthers fan base is really dead. Seriously.
In 2015, we were, and you even went as far to go almost to borderline Saints Uptown, dibbing and dabbing. You didn't say that, per se, word for word, but you get what I'm saying. We were dabbing and all this other shit, and now nobody's to be found except for Camel Toes, and that was all you went on about for the most part in your video, was Camel Toes. This is the leader of y'all's fan base. You see, I throw the clip in here. This is actually absurd that I don't know how many times people have said this, and I continue to make videos, so I guess either you've unsubscribed to me or you only talk to me in Hangouts, which personally, I don't give a fuck whether you watch my videos or not. I don't do videos half-assed anymore because it's a waste of my fucking time, and I feel like I'm a better video maker than that to do a half-assed video anymore, where I barely fucking try and I put it up and it looks fucking ridiculous, and hundreds of people watch it. I feel like I can do a lot better. So, excuse me for not showing up on hate weeks where my heart's not in it, where there's not any fucking fans. I did a half-assed Patriots hate week just because I wanted to do a hate week for the Patriots, and after that I decided I don't want to do any more half-assed ones, okay? Eagles fans and everybody else out there that's going to make this stupid accusation all season that our fan base is dead. Now I'll agree with you that a lot of our fans don't make videos anymore, and I've been hoping for years that a lot of them would come back, especially the older guys like Jim Rage, Mario, no comparison, who I haven't seen on social media at all. Like, he completely disappeared off the internet. The Voice, Battle Cat, even all those guys. There were so many of them. I wish that all those guys would come back. But anyways, my point being that you know, if all you're gonna do is make accusations that our fan base is dead, then you're just wrong. Who did we play last week? The fucking Lions? Yeah, my heart was not making a video against the Lions. Who am I going to make a video against? Craig, who pops up in Hangouts, and 313 Hitman? I don't have a beef with either of those guys, and I don't really feel the need to critique or dissect any of their videos. And second, I don't really hate the Lions. I could care less about the Lions. I mean, it's funny to like make certain jokes in Hangouts and, you know, pick apart like these weird little nuances and habits that everyone has in a TTC, like Eagle Speed muttering under his breath for some reason. What is that? Do you have some fucking disability or something? Like, I still don't understand why you do that. If it's a habit, you can easily fucking quit it by putting your mind to it. But I'll spend a good chunk of this video just dissecting your fan base. So let me get into this, okay? Let me get into the football talk. Carson Wentz and Cam Newton are looking red hot coming into this game. They both had phenomenal games this past Sunday, and I expect them to both have pretty good games on Thursday. It depends on whether or not it depends on which of our defenses play the best. Because if our defense gives Wentz a harder time, then it would stand to make Cam look better. And if your defense gives Cam a harder time, I'm sure Wentz will look better. And we have Julius Peppers, who everybody told us was old and washed up, 4th in the league in sacks right now. 4th in the league. And I think we're 3rd as a team in sacks in the league. So I don't want to hear that our defense is this and that, because you guys still obviously think we're the 2016 Panthers. We've had one bad game this year, and that was against a division rival. And in my Patriots hate week, I very clearly told you guys, you can look like shit against a division rival and then go on a fucking run where you look amazing. Because no one knows you like division rivals. You play twice a fucking year. So I've never understood why people freak out over divisional games. I understand being upset about losing them, because division games mean a fucking hell of a lot when it comes down the stretch to the standings, because tiebreakers and what have you. But I don't understand why people freak out like, oh, we fucking suck because we lost to a division opponent. Division opponents are going to have way more of an upper hand on knowing how to beat you than some random NFC or AFC opponent. So, like I said, we could rebound from that. Is the same way I'm saying that you guys are idiotic for thinking that we're the same as the 2016 Panthers. You're just devoid of fucking knowledge if you really think that. I think last time I checked, our secondary was actually a lot better this year. I don't think we're giving up as many passing yards as people think we are. I mean, it looked bad against Brady and Breeze, but Those are two guaranteed Hall of Fame quarterbacks. And Carson Wentz is a good-looking, up-and-coming quarterback. So I'm not taking anything away from Wentz. I think Wentz is going to give us one hell of a fight. And I look forward to the game. I really do. I think you guys are an up-and-coming team. But you're playing at our house, and I think that gives us an advantage. And I really don't think Wentz is ready to beat Cam Newton. This is the first time Wentz and Newton have played each other. Newton is looking crazy right now, and that's not just me being biased. He just had his first back-to-back 300-plus passing yard game since his rookie season. And he's looking at... There are times where he looks better than the 2015 MVP Cam. He's doing all this from the pocket. And I know what some of you are thinking. Oh, God, here we go. I want you to go back and on the NFL's YouTube channel here and look at Cam's highlights. Look at the highlights from the Panthers-Lions game. There's a play where he sits in a pocket. He looks for Christian McCaffrey. He doesn't like the look. So he scrambles out to his left, stops, and throws it. And it was an awkward looking throw, but it was a great pass. It was very accurate, and he put it up on a shelf where the defender couldn't get it. And guess what happens? Devin Funchess comes down with it for the touchdown. Not only that, but Cam sits in a pocket and delivers a beautiful pass in the corner of the end zone to Kelvin, where only Kelvin could get it. He doesn't give the DB a chance to make a play on the ball or to disrupt Kelvin from making the catch. And that's what people don't see when about this year's Cam. Yeah, he looked very rusty the first few weeks, and there's no getting around that. There's no excuses for that. Last couple weeks he's looked very good, and I hope that hot streak, that confidence continues for him, because he's looking very impressive. And Wentz, like I said, he's also looking very impressive. Some people are putting him in MVP conversation already. It's very early in the season, but this game is going to have implications on the NFC playoff picture if the Eagles and the Panthers are going to be playoff contenders by the end of the season, which I think both teams will. So with that being said, I expect you guys to put up a fight, but I expect us to protect our dirt and walk out of Thursday Night Football with a win. I don't like guessing scores. I've never liked guessing or predicting scores. I feel like it throws shit off for me, because I can be superstitious when it comes to football sometimes. So, with that being said, that is my take on the football side, and I've dissected your fan base. So, with that being said, that is my hate week for Thursday Night Football with the Philadelphia Eagles. And Panther Nation, keep pounding. Let's go get this win. Let's improve to 5-1, and let's do this.
Pound it, keep pounding.